A reaction new Namor and Targan set Easter egg revealed where Black Panther Butterfly were new rock stars. See what he has to say about this and check this out.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Whitney Van Lanningham, and Black Panther Wakanda Forever set designer Hannah Beachler recently tweeted out several images that give us a closer look at Talocan's intricate decor. Her explanations, diagrams, and insight add a lot more to Namor's backstory. And today, I'm breaking down some details that Beachler tells us we might have missed. This first image shows Namor's establishment story, per Beachler's tweet, and the attention to detail is incredible. But to fully understand the influences behind this image, we have to dive into some ancient Maya culture first. Just a heads up, I may pronounce some words wrong and I'm very sorry, but it's my birthday this weekend, so legally you're not allowed to get mad at me. Another one of her tweets says that Talocan's establishment story was based on the history of Palenque, a medium-sized Maya state in Chiapas, Mexico that died out in the 8th century. Palenque was known for its beautiful architecture, sculptures, bas-relief carvings, and roof cones, aka the structures that top a pyramid in Mesoamerican culture, which each had a specific meaning to the Mayans. In Wakanda Forever, the Talocans themselves come from Palenque, so it's no surprise that their underwater architecture is so stunning and intricate. Beachler's designs were also inspired by Kinich Janab Pakal I, the most famous ruler of Palenque. Known as Pakal the Great, he was only 12 years old when he became Kahul Bakelaja, or the Divine Lord of Palenque, and ruled until he was 68. Pakal was responsible for the construction and extension of Palenque's most notable surviving inscriptions and architecture, which were largely discovered intact and legible when the city-state was excavated. His own tomb inscription became a hot topic of debate back in 2009, with ancient aliens truthers claiming that it shows an image of Pakal being sucked up into a UFO, but that's false. Historians believe this shows his descent to the underworld. That image is also inspired by the tablet from the Temple of the Foliated Cross, one of the 3 temples that comprise the cross complex in Palenque. The cross motif is a representation of the world tree, a popular myth in Mesoamerican, Indo-European, Siberian, American Indian, and other cultures that states that a gigantic tree is responsible for holding up the heavens, connecting them to the terrestrial earth and the underworld. At the Temple of the Cross, bas-relief carvings depict another Maya king, Kinich Khan Balam's rise to the throne of Palenque. Although historians used to think that the bigger guy in the image was Khan Balam and the smaller guy was Pakal, they now believe that one image shows Balam as a young man following the rites of passage, and the other, an older Balam ascending to the throne. Here, in Beachler's image, we see a younger Namor wearing land-based clothing as the heir to the throne of Talocan, and an older Namor wearing water-based clothing as their king. Beachler said in her tweet, Namor transcends from boy to a jock. He stands on land as a boy, then on shark as a jock. Young Namor is holding a bloodletting device made of a stingray spine and sea feathers, which is likely part of his rite of passage, similar to the way that Balam's younger self was depicted. Older Namor is holding a pseudo-bombox idol, and dear God, I hope I'm pronouncing that word right. These plants are also known as a Dr. Seuss tree, and they're native to southern Mexico. They're most commonly used to carve handicrafts like this idol here. The conch symbols in this drawing are actually the emblem of Quetzalcoatl in his disguise as the wind god, and were also a luxury object for the ruling elites of Mesoamerica. Below, we see a shark, which was interestingly commonly depicted in Mayan art, despite many of their states being located inland, nowhere near the ocean. Many historians believe that these inland Mayas got into the shark tooth trade with others living by the coast, as intact shark teeth were also found during excavations of these regions. But in Namor's case, we know exactly why there's a little short guy here. We all got pretty comfy talking to one another through screens over the past few years, right? People can see you and they can hear you, but they can't smell you, which is great. When it comes to see people face to face, you're gonna want to make sure that the way you smell is a choice and not an afterthought.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And that's where Scentbird comes in. Scentbird is a fragrance subscription service, so it's the perfect place to begin or deepen your relationship with fragrances. They're reimagining everything about how to discover, shop for, purchase, and even experience fragrances. Scentbird lets you choose a new designer fragrance to try every month for just $17. And every month you get to pick what you want to receive, so there are no surprises. They have perfumes and colognes and a ton of unisex options. With each fragrance, you'll get a 30-day supply so you can try out fragrances before committing to a full-size bottle. Scentbird carries brands like Prada, Gucci, Versace, as well as indie labels like Skylar, Heretic, and Confessions of Rebel. Your fragrance is an opportunity to express your individuality, and Scentbird's selection gives each and every person the power to express themselves through fragrance. This month, Scentbird sent me Purple Noon by Aso Vert, Neroli and Acacia by Scents of Wood, and Draco by Tiziana Terensky. Now, which one should I do? I'm gonna choose this one because it smells like a boy, and I want to smell like a man. Let me get spritzed.
Yay!
I think that my favorite is the Neroli and Acacia. It's got these bright notes of citrus that poke out of a gentle blanket of oaky, woody goodness. It makes me feel like I'm at a wedding that's classy and everything I say is witty and well received. That's the vibe of this smell. It's a good vibe. If you're in the US or Canada, you can get started finding your fragrance with Scentbird for just a little over $7 for your first month. Click the link in the description below and use coupon code NewRockstars55 for 55% off. Thanks to Scentbird for sponsoring this video. Check out the links in the description to learn more. Water lilies were also commonly depicted in Mesoamerican art as a symbol of the life-giving force of water. At the center, we see a large calabash tree, which was mentioned in the Popol Vuh, aka the oldest written Mayan myth in history. Beechler cites the hero twins as an inspiration as well. They were two twins who popped up a lot in the narrative of the Popol Vuh and famously defeated the lords of the underworld in an ancient baseball game. Fun fact, Miguel and Tulio were pretending to be these guys in the road to El Dorado. At the bottom right, you can see an owl messenger of the underworld who saved the hero twins' mother after her father tried to slut-shame her to death. The twins were eventually turned into the moon and sun, and Beechler wanted that imagery as an homage to Ryan Coogler and his daughter. Beechler also tweeted that the placement of Namor's throne room on set corresponded with the four directions from Mayan culture, symbolized in four glyphs that stood for the north, south, east, and west. The throne room in Wakanda Forever is set up to honor the four directions, showing the conch of the moon, north, the conch of the day/sun, east, the conch of Venus, south, and the conch of the night, west. The glyphs in each corner correspond with text from the Book of Cholam Balam, a handwritten collection of important traditional Maya knowledge, and describe the setting up of world trees in the four directions. In the north, the white tree was raised. In the east, a blue-green tree. In the south, a yellow tree, and a black tree in the west. These colors correspond to those of the cardinal directions in Maya culture as well. Lastly, at the center, we also see images of the sun god and the moon goddess, viewing the former as the masculine ruler of the earth, and the latter as the feminine contrast to his celestial realm. My favorite of these tweets is the napkin drawing that Beechler sent out. Hide that shit from Edward Norton, Hannah! On it, we see her original idea for Namor's massive megalodon jaw throne. And no, that big-ass 12 feet by 10 feet thing wasn't CGI. It was actually made and carved with a hieroglyphic in the bone that reads, "This jade tooth bites." Many Mayans actually use jade itself as a carving tool, so these jade teeth are made to really hammer home that this shark could have really f***ed you up in its lifetime. Knowing that many of these scenes were actually filmed in underwater tanks in the studio makes the size and detail of set pieces like this one all the more impressive. Finally, let's look at the design on the bottom of Namor's spear. On it, Beechler included Namor's cannon, labeled Imperious Rex in this drawing. Imperious Rex is what Namor shouts in the comics before jumping into battle, and means Empire King loosely translated from Latin. In Marvel Comics, this battle cry serves as a warning to the Submariner's opponents, kinda like this terrifyingly sharp and dangerous spear does. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Whitney Puppy, follow New Rockstars, subscribe to New Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love, and thanks for watching. Bye!
Subscribe, like this video, have a great night, see you guys, bye.